Hello you guys, welcome back to the channel. So I have a question. Do you find yourself like on YouTube reading books where you're just going through one video after the next? Maybe you're going through a lot of books, maybe you're listening to audiobooks, whatever the case. You know, watching documentaries, whatever. You're just learning. I love to learn, but I am also the person who can make what I'm learning completely obsolete because I don't apply it, right? I think we all probably are like that to some extent. We watch 80 videos on how to save money on groceries, say, or how to make the best banana bread. Whatever the case, we've blown 3 hours, and yet we have no intention today of putting these things to use, right? And so in which case, all of this knowledge that we have garnered is now semi-useless because when we need it, we're not going to have it. And so we can justify our time on social media, right? By saying I'm learning things, especially with YouTube. That's a real thing. Or we are killing a bunch of time by reading all of these like self-help books, but not putting any of the things into practice, right? We're not doing any of the homework, or we're not doing the 5 steps that we need for whatever the case is in our self-help book. The issue with this is we tell people, oh, tomorrow I'm going to start blah, 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 and this is so cool because I learned all this and blah, 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 blah. The issue is that our brains, I know this is a sciencey thing, but you can look it up. I've noticed this myself, but also I've read about it. So what happens is our brain says that we already got that rush of somebody going, that is so cool. Just like if we would have actually started something and completed it. So that's why it's important to not talk about things before you actually start doing them or succeed. You know, you're actually doing it, it's becoming a habit. Don't tell anybody about it until you've actually made it a habit, because we get that dopamine rush as if we already got the kudos at the end of it. And that's no good. We want to save that for the end. Plus, the issue with telling people about it is a lot of times you don't go any further, right? You don't go all the way with something like whatever your goal was. If you wanted to lose 10 pounds, you know, whatever. We don't go any further after we start talking about it. And so before we start talking about it, we need to make sure that something is solidified as a habit, so that way it doesn't matter if we get the external kudos or not. Because, like, for example, if you're working out every day, you don't need the external kudos because your body is telling you how you're feeling. It's telling you you're feeling better. Maybe your brain's clearer, you know, all of these kinds of things. So the external kudos would just be kind of nice, but you don't need it because you're already feeling the bonuses of it, right? The moral of the story is we need to zip it and just kind of do what we need to do what we want to do quietly, right? Instead of relying on all of the external. Taking all of that and internalizing it and making it fuel to keep us going, so that we, you know, can see the light at the end of the tunnel, because we don't want that light diminished by somebody saying, wow, that's really cool, right? No. Anyway, the point is just focusing on what you need to focus on. Like, for example, instead of going down a rat hole of watching a million different YouTube videos on a subject, maybe start doing it and then checking for YouTube videos as you go along, right? And maybe that would be more beneficial rather than watching all these YouTube videos, and you've watched people do it so many times now that now you have no desire to do it. I can't be the only one this happens to. This is a very sciencey thing. I cannot be. And I've heard people talk about it, and it just, I was like, oh, that exact thing happens to me. So just being quiet about what we're doing, right? Until later, when we can say, this is what I'm doing and these are the benefits of it. Just zip it. Just zip it. Just move in silence. Don't even tell anybody about it. All right, guys, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you in the next one. All right, bye.